Welcome back to another episode of Hanging Out for a Living. I'm your host, Teresa Oshman, and today we're diving into a topic that affects more people than most of us realize, feeling safe where we live, learn, work, and play. My guest today, Sabrina Osso, is the founder and CEO of Osso Safe, a company that's dedicated to creating and maintaining respect and safety in homes, workplaces, and schools. She's also a TEDx speaker, author, professional dancer, and real estate agent. All roles she's woven together beautifully in her mission to prevent home violence and foster positive relationships. Through her Osso Safe certification and Home Sweet Home package, Sabrina is helping property owners and tenants build safer environments using a powerful blend of education, technology, and compassion. Heck, she even created a children's book. I believe those are right behind her. Home Safe Home for You and Me to help families start those important conversations about respect and safety really early on. Sabrina, welcome to Hanging Out for a Living. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Likewise, thank you so much, Teresa. We're so happy to be here with you.
Thank you. I know you're busy, so I'm really grateful for you're carving out some time for us. So let's dive into our questions, shall we?
Sure, sure.
Excellent. So let's start with your why. What inspired you to create Ozo Safe and dedicate your life to really helping people feel safe where they live, learn, work, and play?
Yes, I am a survivor of violence. My father beat my mother on a regular basis. My mother would beat me, so I know firsthand how horrific it is to live in that type of environment. And uh, Also Safe was actually born out of a one-woman show that I wrote, choreographed, and performed. The name of the show is called Home Sweet Home question mark, and I hope to revive it sooner than later. And I play different women being abused. She goes to her good place. That's where the dancing comes in. But then she's pulled back into the terror of violence. The show ends really strong, really empowering. But I did a lot of research for the show, Teresa, and I couldn't believe the statistics that I was finding. So I said to myself, I need to make this into a business, a bona fide business with products and services that could really help people. And that's how Osso Safe was born. And actually, I also performed it with my students at the time, which in retrospect was pretty awesome.
You've got quite the,
Private and Mhm.
oh, I'm sorry. You've got quite the impactful story in the background for this.
Yes, it's I like to say turning pain into power.
I love that. I hope you don't mind. I'll have to use that. That is absolutely so empowering, really. So the OSO Safe certification sounds both really innovative and impactful. So can you walk us through what it entails and how it's helping property owners, tenants, and communities create safer living environments?
Yes, excellent question. Our core product is the Osso Safe certification for properties. I thought long and hard about how I wanted to create my business, the how I wanted it to how to create it and what would make a difference. So I said to myself, everything everything starts in the home. If we solve the problems home where there is, or at least diminish it and eventually prevent it, no violence, no chaos, no dysfunction, no abuse, a lot of the other problems in our societies would dissipate. So we created the Osso Safe Home Sweet Home. I'm sorry, the Osso Safe certification for properties, and this would entail the landlord or any property owner to purchase the Osso Safe Home Sweet Home package. It consists of a policy, a seminar, an app, and therapists assigned to the property. So, just to give a brief description of those components, the policy basically states I, as a landlord, I promise to provide you a safe space for you to live. You, in turn, as my tenant, my resident, you promise to not act in any way, shape, or form abusively. Otherwise, you, the abuser, only gets immediately evicted from the premises. And we go into full knowledge knowing that that would be the consequences. So there's no surprise. The second component is the Osso Safe Home Sweet Home seminar. Everybody's required to take a 1 hour seminar that we provide,
Mhm.
and adults and children alike get educated on facts, statistics, warning signs, definitions of abuse, the difference between abuse and discipline, what constitutes a good relationship, what are the warning signs of a bad relationship. So that way, someone cannot say, oh, I didn't know that if I pull my partner's hair, that constitutes abuse. Now you know. The third component is the app, which is being modified and improved upon right now, but it detects violent like movements and captures them in real time, issuing alerts to the landlord. So let's say you have 10 units. Oh, wow, I just saw you beat the crap out of her in my unit 2, and you just beat the crap out of him in my unit 10. This is grounds for eviction. You knew that this was going to happen. You are held to a higher regard, a higher standard in an Osso Safe certified property. You need to go because I have to protect everyone else in my property. The fourth and final component are therapists are assigned to the property. So every resident is required to check in with the therapist once a month. Is everything okay? Do you feel like anything is looming? Well, Mr. and Miss Therapist, actually, our kid came home with bad grades. We don't know how to handle this. We're not going to beat him up. We're not going to verbally disparage him. We know better than that because we live here in an OSO Safe certified property, but help us through this. We don't know how to handle this. All of these components working together makes for an OSO Safe certified property. Our logo gets placed outside of the property so that way any vehicle, pedestrian traffic, they want to find a place to live. Wow, I would rather raise my family in an OSO Safe certified property versus one that isn't. They have the mechanisms and systems in place if and when violence occurs. And I want to state, and this is also very important, is that the children's book is a staple in every Osso Safe certified property. It's giving voice and choice to all children. Children are at the core of what we do, Teresa, because there are so many kids out there where the perpetrator is their own parent,
Right.
their own mom, dad, stepmom, stepdad. They're the ones doing the verbal, physical, sexual abuse. So in the book, I'm introducing several concepts. For example, know that for the moment, which means right now, you are safe. And I'm also introducing in the book the difference between respect and disrespect, abuse and non abuse. And I'm encouraging children to say the Osso Safe Kids cheer. And it goes like this: I want to live where I am Osso Safe, and I am Osso Safe with, and they get to fill in the blank.
Mhm.
Maybe it's mom and dad. What if it isn't? Do you have an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a close family friend that you feel safe with? Well, let's get you there. Why wait till the child is 18 years of age? Because quite frankly, it is too late. Um, the courts complicate things with child protective services, and that's a discussion in and of itself. We resolve everything right in residency. It's preventative.
Absolutely. And it's a wonderful way to end the cycle of abuse. What you're doing is amazing. I love the fact that you bring your background as a professional dancer into your work. So, how does movement and performance help you connect with people on such a deeply emotional topic?
Yes, I love this question. Any dance question, I love the question. Um, Children and adults, but especially children, when you're talking about such a taboo subject, right? And it's very common. I mean, the statistics are alarming. So So to talk about a taboo subject, any art, especially performance art, it makes it more palatable. The kids can digest it and they receive the information in a way that is not threatening or makes you feel upset. If anything, it empowers them. So I always incorporate dance. Whether it be ballet or an African piece that I choreographed, or jazz or theater or hip hop.
Mm.
And then students coming up to me and say, wow, you just imitate you remind me of my mother. You
Mm.
remind me of me. I'm actually dating someone that, wow, because of your performance, what you just portrayed, I'm going to get out of this relationship. So the dancing, the performance art aspect of it makes it more welcoming and definitely more inviting. And they remember the content more without feeling threatened and upset. Yeah, so the dancing is very important all around.
Absolutely. And that's a really great segue, what you shared into our last question. And so let's talk about prevention and empowerment just for a minute. For those watching who may feel completely safe at home or know someone who doesn't, what are a few steps they can take today to start creating a safer, more respectful environment?
Yes. Know that it is not your fault and you're not alone. I know it sounds cliche, everybody says that, but it is important to know because you are so isolated in these situations. You're out working, you go to school, you can be out there and put on the smiley face, but and feel very alone. There's so many of us. So know that we are big proponents of therapy, good therapy. So any therapy is better than, well, I don't want to say any therapy, but any good therapy is better than no therapy. So consider going online and just Googling, checking out BetterHelp. There's so many websites out there, and you could do it over your phone, by text, a Zoom call, or in person, because a third person will really open your eyes to and make you aware of how serious the problem is. I want to say that you deserve to be in a good relationship. So the the whole concept of, well, like making excuses for the person, there is no excuse. He or she beat you. He or she spit on you. He or she kicked you. He or she called you all of these horrible names and labels. Don't make excuses. You're not crazy. This is not a normal way to live. Um, I would say try not to fight in front of your children. It is very traumatic
Yes,
when you fight. And I should know, my parents loved to fight in front of me to kind of bring me in, and it's very terrorizing for the child.
absolutely.
Um, and I would say pornography is a big driver of violence. So do not expose yourself or anyone, any child, to pornography, especially BDSM. And that's another podcast in and of itself. But you're just inviting more violence into your life, and you need to get the person out. You can contact us via our website and other forms, but um, this is not your fault, and the abuser is the one that has to go.
Absolutely. Great, great places to start. So, Sabrina, I want to thank you so much for sharing your heart and your mission and the powerful work you're doing through Osso Safe. It's really inspiring to see how you're bridging education and real estate and advocacy to create real change in how we live and really relate to one another. Folks, if you'd like to continue the conversation or learn more about Ozo Safe, you'll find Sabrina's contact information and the links right in the description of this video. And as always, thank you for hanging out with us here on Hanging Out for a Living, where connection meets purpose. So until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and keep creating impact. Bye, everybody. Thanks again, Sabrina.
Thank you. Thank you.